Chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Missouri, Ms. Hartzler, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I rise to bring attention to the research of the Select Investigative Panel on Infant Lives is conducting. On April 20th of this year, Select Panel Chairman Marsha Blackburn held a hearing on the pricing of fetal tissue and found broad consensus among witnesses that federal law may have been violated when abortion clinics profited from the sale of baby body parts, and the privacy of women may have been violated in the process. Let's take a look at what the panel found. First, and possibly the most shocking, is a website where one procurement business, whose name has been redacted, has set up an online order form. From this website, a user can select what type of parts they want: baby brains, baby tongue, scalp, reproductive organs. The quantity is then selected of the gestational period chosen. The user even has shipping options. This is truly appalling. This is online shopping for baby body parts. And this procurement business has made it easy as possible. But these procurement businesses are not by themselves. They are only the middlemen in a transaction between the supplier or abortion clinic and the end user. As seen on Exhibit B2, this procurement business markets itself in its brochure to abortion clinics as a way for the clinics to make additional income by allowing their procurement business technicians to collect tissues and organs from aborted babies immediately after an abortion is completed. The brochure uses the word financially profitable, fiscally rewards, financial benefit to your clinic. The Select Panel's investigation revealed that the procurement business technician performs every conceivable task in the harvesting process immediately after an abortion. For this, the procurement business is charged a fee by the clinic, even though the clinics are not incurring any additional cost in the process. Thus, they are making money off of this horrific act. It's important to know at this point that the underlying statute allowing for the donation of fetal tissue assumes the tissue would be for transplantations and research and would not be sold. Further, in 1993, former Democrat Congressman Henry Waxman, who wrote the restrictions into law, stated on the House floor, quote, "This amendment would enact the most important safeguards to prevent any sale of fetal tissue for any purpose, not just the purpose of research." He went on and said it would be abhorrent to allow for the sale of fetal tissue and a market to be created for this sale. So what have these clinics done? Well, just the opposite, it would seem. This shows an abortion clinic charged the middleman $11,365 for harvested baby parts, or what they call POCs, products of conception, and blood. Exhibit 2. Abortion clinic charged the middleman again, this time $9,060 for harvested baby parts and blood, even though the clinic did not incur any additional expense in the harvesting process. This is the very market Congressman Waxman called abhorrent, and he was right. It is abhorrent. How callous does one have to be to rob a baby of life and then charge others for the pieces of the corpse? This is beyond disturbing. Just as disturbing, the Select Panel also found that women's privacy rights appear to have been violated in the process. After the online order form comes to the procurement company from a researcher, it goes to the procurement company's technician who is embedded in the abortion clinic. The technician then, without their consent, reviews the women's medical records to see if the baby's age and gender match that day's order. If so, the technician then goes to the woman, befriends her, and coerces her to give consent by lying to her. And this is a Planned Parenthood order consent form claiming that blood from pregnant women and tissue that have been aborted have been used to treat and find a cure for such diseases as diabetes, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, cancer, and AIDS. As we know, this is not true. From there, the procurement technician dissects the aborted baby in order to harvest the specific organs that were ordered and ships them off. The Select Panel's investigation into this issue is already illustrating that the clinics are turning the sale of baby body parts into a business, and they're making a profit to do so. No woman should be treated this way. No woman should have her private medical records given to a for-profit company so they can use her for financial gain. These practices are deplorable and they must end.